Today we're talking about the Festival of Lights, 8 days of presents and donuts and oily foods. It's called Hanukkah. Welcome to Bookaka. Yes, it's day 2, and there are 8 days in Hanukkah, so there's going to be 8 days of this series. I don't know if I said that the last time, but that's how it's going to work. Yesterday I mentioned that we're going to be looking at fan fiction today because I cannot find books anywhere about Hanukkah. Like, they are so difficult to find. There's like two, and they're all booked up at the library. And I was like, let's check out AO3 to see if people write fan fiction about this. Like, there's got to be something when there's millions of people writing, right? So I went on, and it is embarrassingly bad. Like, I cannot even explain to you. It's like the people. First of all, nobody knows what it is. They're like, I'm not Jewish. I don't celebrate Hanukkah. I tried to write the story, and I'm not saying you have to be something to write something. Like, obviously, females write male characters. People write things from different points of views. We have monsters and werewolves and fairies, and obviously, you're not writing that from, your own perspective. But at the same time, like, why are you choosing to write about a holiday that you know nothing about? They're like, I've never celebrated this, but I asked someone if this was accurate. And I might get it now. I might get the whole, like, write what you know situation. I mean, it's still fine. Go and explore different things if you want to, but I just think it is pretty funny. So, AO3, I what did I do? I immediately went and I looked for Harry Potter fan fiction because that is my favorite. That is the ultimate. That is what I grew up on, reading fan fiction back when it was harrypotterfanfiction.com, but that shut down. I even wrote my own fan fiction, but I have no access to it anymore, and I'm really, really, really sad about that. But I looked for that, and something that I noticed that I was extremely disturbed by is the amount of Snape and Hermione pairings. Like, who decided that that was a good idea? Who decided that that was an attractive thing to read about? But I basically read 8 chapters of a Snape Hermione crossover, but Snape is Jewish and celebrates Hanukkah. Now, when I say 8 chapters, I use that term extremely lightly. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so the summary is: Severus is secretly Jewish. He was part of, on his mother's side, the Jewish families that hide away during Jewish holidays. He kept the tradition. A year into the relationship, Hermione finds out that he celebrates Hanukkah by himself, and she was determined to join him. Now, um, I don't understand what this person means by the Jewish families that hide away during Jewish holidays. That's not a thing. There are there aren't people who do that. It seems like they've confused history. So that was also interesting. But this is chapter 1, okay? Okay. Severus was a very private man. Even with relationships, there was only so much he could give. Hermione had been suspicious since they started dating on that cold Christmas Eve. She'd always question him what he did during Christmas, but he'd always brush off that topic like it was no big deal. How was he supposed to tell Hermione that he celebrated Hanukkah instead of Christmas? Or tell her that he's Jewish? Severus was sitting in the living room reading Potions Monthly when she walked in. He muttered, "No, you didn't even know what I was going to ask you." An end scene. That is chapter 1. Yes, every chapter is hilariously that short. It's like a couple of sentences, literally 6 lines. And there's 8 of them, so it's actually pretty quick. Like, the whole thing can't be more than 500 words. Oh, 800 words. Okay. Um, but yeah, basically, this person copy and pasted like the blessings that people do, and then he ends up telling her, and she's like, "Oh, amazing!" And they make donuts together and sing songs and light candles, and that is the story. And I'm like, this is what I'm working with. This is what is out there for everybody. It's sad. Then there's one where Luna is Jewish and she's with Antonin Dolohov. Again, who is deciding these things? Why are people putting Death Eaters with innocent little children? Okay, I understand Luna's probably more of an adult now, but it I don't like it. I'm not enjoying this. But this is just like they're talking about the miracle of the candle staying lit for 8 days, which is the premise of Hanukkah. And it's like they have magic, so it's not actually that interesting to them. And he places a kiss on the top of her head. I mean, again, what is wrong with people's brains? I am seriously disturbed. The reason it's disturbing, this is editing Sherry over here, but the reason it's disturbing is because all these Death Eaters that we've been reading about are violent and cruel and horrific, and we've never seen any positivity from any of them. And the fact is that people are writing fan fiction, showing a positive side and showing them getting together, but without the positive side. Like they're just saying, oh, these two people are together, but this person was like the most evil and this person was like the most good, and they're together now, even though they were trying to kill each other for the whole previous books. And I feel like they're trying to build upon like this thing that a lot of people love, enemies to lovers, or like the villain gets the girl. And while that's a perfectly fine and awesome storyline and plot device, like you need to actually write about the part where the person repents and gets the girl and is worthy of the girl. One that actually I was pretty excited about. It's Harry Potter fan fiction, but Fantastical Beasts and Where to Find Them with Jacob, who is Jacob Kowalski, is literally Jewish. Oh, you, I can't actually read it. Oh, there's adult content. That's why I couldn't read it. Okay, Jacob summary. Jacob can't help but notice the mysterious blonde woman who keeps coming to his bakery. Who is she, and why does she look so familiar? Perhaps a Hanukkah dinner will help answer his questions. So this is actually 3,268 words, but it already starts better. Let me give you the first sentence. It was 5 o'clock on Thursday night when she arrived, the bell tinkling as she came through the door of Kowalski's bakery at 443 Rivington Street. Jacob looked up to see her, his heart already pounding and his pulse racing the way it did every time she showed up. He was never quite sure when she'd be in a store, other than Fridays when she'd buy a loaf of raisin challah and some pastries to take home for Shabbos dinner, but it was always 5 p.m. Okay, so they have a whole interaction, and there's jelly donuts, and yeah. And then Queenie invites Jacob over for dinner. This is actually written so much better. Like, finally, there's a good story out there. Jacob remembers going to Queenie's house, but not really. Like, this is after his memory loss, right? So it's really interesting, actually. And basically, magic keeps happening around him, and he's like, oh my god, wait, what's going on? So that's funny. But then Queenie does like a reverse mind wipe, I guess, and he remembers stuff. An actually good book. All right, so this one's just basically like a spicy one shot of Queenie and Jacob, and she helps him remember who she is, right? Because he totally forgot. And then they do it. It wasn't bad, if that's what you're into, actually. I can't. Here's another one with Dollhouse and Hermione Granger. I, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not reading it. So yeah, basically, if you were looking for the perfect book and you can't find it, maybe fan fiction will have it. Okay? This is just a little short video today to let you know that like fan fiction could be like incredible. Actually, like people are good writers out there and they're writing fan fiction based on like your favorite characters and series. So it's actually really fun to read. But also like some of them are so bad, it's just comical and it will make your eyes bleed, actually. But that's what I had to resort to do in order to find anything about Hanukkah. I will not recommend the first one or the second one, but I will link the third one if that interests you. Again, it's just like a short couple thousand words, just to get like a little bit of the Hanukkah spirit if you're into that. In the next couple of days, I want to talk about like some gifts you could buy for people who love books, because obviously that is like, you got to talk about gifts that you could buy for people who love books around this time of year. Like, if you don't talk about that, who even are you? I also want to wrap up my year of reading, and I might do something else a little crazy. I'm not even going to mention it in case I chicken out. So just stay tuned to see if I actually end up doing it. Also, please subscribe and like, or don't like, and then let me know why you don't like, and let me know why you like. Thank you. The end.